Hey everyone, morning, cuppa. With a big, I love you. Good cup to start the day. So, my day has already started. Early hours. Watched a couple of great things that had some sense of humor, lightness, joy, life experience, grounded, sharing, bringing things down to earth, of two successful men actually, and I enjoyed listening thoroughly because it just shows that we do have purpose, and that's what shows, and that's what connects. And so in sharing oneself, that's how we learn what we connect with. Relationship world gives us the platform, the basis to learn of our interior world that needs to be expressed. And as we grow, we learn what's more authentic for us, and it feels so good when others connect with that, because that's us. We can't be anything else. And when we do try to be something else, which, you know, from birth to growth into like the solar plexus, the yellow, so 7 to 8 years in the foundational when we're born, then up to like 16, 17 in the creative center, opening up to various things in creativity and relationship. And then the solar plexus is like, okay, now expand on them. Your sunlight. Expand on these things in the world. And so we can honestly feel, if we give recognition to, the quieter place inside. So quiet does not mean small, but the quieter place inside that says, that may not get expression, connection from us to the world yet, because we just may not have that supportive system yet. But we can tell the difference between, I naturally enjoy this, or I naturally enjoy when I'm doing this out there. But see the common word, joy. I naturally. And so you feel that, and it's up to us. And if we have some kind of loving support, these things are going to grow. Okay, but if we don't have that exterior environment support that says, I'm shining my contented light on your growing contented light, for you are allowed to grow, then we've grown up in this world, and a lot of us have, due to the nature of the energy on the planet, not expressing ourselves, not feeling like it's natural. Feels more natural to keep things down and listen to others guide us. And so our platform, what should be now like going into young adulthood, so solar plexus would be like 16, 17 into 24. And so by now you would be feeling inspired for more growth of those things that started to show. And then into the heart, like 24, 25, up into the 30s, beginning the 30s, you've got a heart foundation that it's okay to give and receive in the world. These are all the things that make me. I expand on them. I give sunlight, like my solar plexus. I give light to my ideas. I give light to who I am becoming, an ongoing discovery, an exploration of the chest, the heart, how I express. And all with a healthy perspective foundation that I have to make sure I'm in now, because I am an adult. So if I'm around those that don't support any of this layering of me, it's time to spread my wings. Okay, and see how we haven't had just those little incremental, like initiatory process, education driven, like you are a soul, you are meant to concentrate on your inner world and let out and tell us what you like. We aren't here to overshadow who you should become. All right, but that's the energy that the generations have grown up in, and with all the battle going on the planet and for the eons of it, the shifts and changes, we still tell ourselves, and we're growing out of this with the light evolution, that it's okay to overshadow other people. That our actual part on this earth is to control others. And it's not. And we must remember that every moment, every day of our lives, so that we concentrate more on our own healthy foundation and not on what others are doing, and not if others want to pressure us. Because when you do your healthy work for your own inner vocal expression, okay, you hold a space for that. And it's called health. So then you easily, through this experiential life experience, you're doing that, you're lighter on the rest of your growth. So we haven't been holding that space for ourselves or each other. We haven't been educated in the levels of consciousness that we are all given to spread our wings in, to spread our awareness in. And it feels like wings. So let's do that. Now that takes some awareness, not just the crapola statements of growth, which is, instead of consciousness awareness growth, it is, once kids even get to like, even young these days, it's like, when you grow up, you'll know all about money, and you have to do this and you have to do that. And this is the soul's education on how to direct their life. So it's really already sheltered because it's focused lower, on the lower consciousness, not on, you're a soul and we want you to experience as much as you can on this planet and open up the natural flow of what your soul came to express. We're just here to be like guides so that you don't hurt yourself and you learn different things. And you're here to share your inner world tapestry. So this is where everything can get all muddled. When the human wants what they want, but won't take notice of what's actually calling them because they're a soul. They'll just get caught up in whatever they've been taught. They'll lie to themselves, they'll lie to others, because the human won't accept they are a bigger version of self that they do not know. And you don't figure it out how to move forward from looking back. Okay? Because the one rule is change is constant. So if you fully embrace that all the way up, to me, that part has just become more and more obvious, because if you take a moment to contemplate it regularly, it's so true. It's just, there's nothing else. From anything at all you could look at in life, I can guarantee, and you'll know this as well, which is why it can be guaranteed, that nothing you do in any consecutive days, like a particular regular thing you do, is going to be exactly the same. That's like from the basics of change. So if we can't change the basics of change, then we can't change any big thing. Like if we can't accept, So going to the toilet each day is not the same every day. You don't go at exactly the same time, although some men would like to say. Even if you do, it happens to be the same time, it's different. So that's like one of the most basic things, because we all go to the toilet all the time. So it's like acceptance that nothing is the same each day. It's all a concept we feel safe in, which means we feel small in. Because if we do this like a lifestyle, then our consciousness is down at our foundation. Like overdone down there. When as you go up the scale of light and light speed of life in consciousness, design that we all are, because we're one with it all, you just accept nothing's the same. Now, yesterday's videos I said, oh yeah, someone might look the same on the outside, but the past 24 hours since you've seen them, if that's the case, so much different has gone on for them that they are not the same inside. And while we're on that, if that person you see regularly is holding on to stuff of a heavy, worrisome nature life, it will start to show on the outside. So over time, you will see that change. They might be the same kind of mask in front of you as a person, like, oh yeah, I'm showing up, I'm doing my role, I'm this and that. But we all know people have lives going on in the background, and that needs expression, not heaviness hidden and just smile at the world. But I mean, don't stop smiling. That's not my point. You know, you're just not expected to smile like a clown all the time. Allow yourself to grow and change. Like, be honest. Because if you don't, to me, it's like branches. If you don't connect with someone with some depth of honesty, and there's the roots of your tree, then how do you expect to feel supported by Mother Earth, your home for now, and express yourself in this world if you can't get through sharing some things and letting go, as a tree naturally does to grow? So we've got to be careful with the mind trickery, because it directly affects and is directly connected to, obviously, the body. And if you build stuff up in your body with particular beliefs of like not sharing, not changing, and self-story and narrative like nothing changes for me and I'm just this way and blah, 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 then you're not leading your life with truth of get in the flow of change. Because nothing is the same. Let go of the heavy and get in the flow with change. And I remember over the years, because I've had to grow up like everyone else, out of what feels heavy, like in the world, we got to be like this, we should have this. Look out into the world and everyone says, oh, when you've got that, then you've made it, or something like this. This is what we actually have to grow up out of. And I remember, like, people can get stuck in that. Oh, I've got to have what the world has got. I've got to be seen to be doing this. I've got to, until perhaps crash, boom, bang, with a bit of opera, like drama, of all the different notes and dramatics you can get caught up in. People say, that's not actually me. I don't want anything to do with it. And so what do I do now? So if you feel like life isn't going to change for you and you just get stuck, well, first of all, you got to take the steps. It's like, okay, you don't want that. You've made the decision. Now get some peace knowing that you make the decisions. Love that person that can now have that freedom. It's an awakening. And I know when this was happening to me, I was like, why isn't the world doing this more? Like actually saying, I'm free to be whoever I am inside, and I don't actually have to put up with your stuff. So to me, it was like an excitement, push it all off. And I can't wait to express more and more and more and more, because it feels so fucking great. And so some teachers that I looked at in that period of time were saying, you're gonna have to at least just introduce one new thing and get up and do it. Get off the couch and do it. Because it can feel initially like I'm not liking my life the way it is, or what the world tells me, or the expectations of this person, those people, or there's just something not right about this, and there's something else that needs to birth through me. So that can feel puzzling, tiring, heavy, and it's like, oh, I've got to make all this change, I've got to let this stuff go, and I've got to actually get myself activated for what wants to come through. So there's all the answers in a nutshell. Accept your letting go things need to be let go, except you need to activate your flow, because you are now that independent version that can grow your soul experience in this world. And then it's like you're at the heart level now of finally at that platform that says, how exciting, what do I have to share with this world? And that has to become the new. And like, that's the cycle. So like the torus that surrounds the earth, and we receive lots of support and this flow, so too us on the earth and the divine, letting go. Who are we becoming in the process? Activate by what? How do you activate? Well, mentally, you have to think of something new. At your heart, what is it I really want to do? Decide on it, go do it, get lost in it, feel the flow of it. You're assisting that new flow coming up through you. It's a life accepting constant change, activation. Okay? It's when we don't accept change that everything slows down in our system, and everything we attract, or all the thoughts we attract from what you can't see, of the soup of the thoughts in this world, we're attracting that same vibration. So it becomes like your own prophecy. Like, I'm going to follow down these thoughts, and that's the life for me. You know, like you're actually telling yourself some truth, and that's the way it is when it's not. So be careful of your thoughts, your beliefs, because they are going to get dense in your field. And you're not going to be able to look out into the world and actually see clear that it's my thoughts controlling me. And where did these thoughts birth from? An old reality. You have to accept there is a constant change flow, you know? And if you don't do that, then you're going to think you're like some people actually think, no, I've got it all sorted and it will stay my way. And this is what we're seeing with some masculine positions in the world, that things actually have to stay the same, and I'll convince you all, and look, this is what power looks like, and things like this, when actually, no, we're in constant change, and the shit path you take us on looks like shit. Now, we think different, we're going to attract different, and we're going to create different. So put your crap to bed. If it hurts people, kills people, starves people, keeps medication from people, doesn't give people roofs, they're living in rubble, it's a shit fucking plan. And then so too, you can look at America and list another 5 things straight up at least. But then through the layers, it goes on and on how it affects people, bringing life to a lower vibration because the leaders are choosing the lower actions. Okay, but we're capable of more. Seriously, if we've come to this earth to look at some of the leaders and the way they're running things, and we call that leadership, yeah, of course. Unfortunately, the energy that we live in, that's called giving up and losing the plot. Like just the normality plot that growth is inevitable, change is constant. Why do we keep leaning to the one way when we need balance of light and shadow? We're not all going to become like angelic beings. We're light men for this time period, human. But the power is in our choosing. And so where does the choosing come from for each individual? Because we are so free with free will that we can choose, like Abraham Hicks and Esther Chenell's The Higher Collective, Abraham says, we're so free, we can choose bondage. Do you know what I mean? Like bondage to, this is the way it is, or it's okay if they hurt me, or I don't know, turning blind eyes to things as though, I don't know how we solve this. And then we attract all that level of vibrational thought process. Instead of those who know, we shed and we grow. So let's invite in the whole connection of us and our light connections whilst being humans, and grow over the top of this stuff that then, like what leadership looks like at the moment with some leaders, that then becomes like the crap that can be transmuted, laid to rest. Yeah. So the point of this video was mainly keep your eyes open. Meaning your eyes are up here, right? So this is your upper consciousness, which is of light speed. And so we would all know that the third eye is like a inner aspect, light speed resonance of the whole. And so we've got two eyes as the human, but we've got the inner eye connected to the whole. And then we've got the crown, which is what feeds us, you know, light. It's violet white, so it's powerful when of whole use. Light, connection. So we don't have to keep thinking the same things. We must become truthful, conscious thought leaders. Conscious means like connected to that power that's put our feet on a planet. And when our time is done here, we go back with. So we use it for the best choosing and not complaining like we're just dumped and we have to make the worst of it. Because you can't call it make the best of it. Those choosing crap choices are not making the best of it. They're choosing to make the worst of it. Because that's your power. Choose different. So take a look at the thoughts you let repeat and what you hold on to like a natural spinning wheel. You actually have to slow that down and look at yourself, because you're enabling from like your lower chakra consciousness a repeat that's making your ongoing future choices. So you have to stop yourself and be accountable and take responsibility. What is the things driving my usual responses? Am I really fighting over something that's worthwhile, or am I just carrying on and then my life looks like shit? Okay, because it's not out here where God has to come in and step in and do it for you, because God gave you life. You go down there and learn and share with God all the miraculous that you're capable of while here. So every single person has to take self-responsibility for themselves, but they can get caught up in these lower chakras thinking to themselves, no, this is what I've been taught. This is the way it is. This is the way it is. If I have to suffer, I shall suffer. This is where they need a lobotomy. because they get so stuck like concrete with the lower half that when you try to instigate their upper, higher light speed, consciousness, evolution, infinite access to infinite intelligence, right? But if they're so cozy and comfy or whatever in what, this is the way it is, they're going to keep making decisions from there that doesn't serve infinite intelligent growth of the light being as a part of the whole. They're going to keep doing dumb shit of the old. And you just can't get in long enough to the infinite access intelligence part of a person because they're too heavy. They know that's the way it is and that's the way it always will be. But then they've got all this soul access, they can be, do, have, say, etc., etc. But then they think, like some spiritual teachers, I've got all this, I can keep things like this if I want. Even if it's unhealthy. Even if it doesn't serve other people. Even if it goes round and round with them trying to be boss. Okay? But that's where true balance is at the heart level. Love put you here. If you want to have a good life, you're going to have to do it from the heart. If you don't do life from the heart, you're going to keep looking lower. Life isn't good for me. I should have things a certain way. Shut up. No, you should drop that crap talk. And once you've made the decision, live present, light man. It's not called dark man unless you want to persist that way. You will be called dark man. Now, which life do you want? Because there is no overruling for these people who wish to rule from the dark that says, because I am this, I can also be this, and it will get done my way. Do you know what I'd really like to do? Because this is what they're actually doing to themselves in slow motion. I'd really like to just grab the little person, because that's what they are in the scheme of things, squeeze them and flick. Bye-bye. That's what they're doing to themselves. They will continue the dark, I can have things my way because I am this in the world. I can do this and this is the way life is going to be. They're building up pus, 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 heavy, heavy, heavy. People in the light, the truth of the light, knowing that balance is important and we don't hurt people, they're saying, you're not getting my attention. So eventually, pop, and away they go, leaving the planet, if they take themselves down that far. Okay, because everyone's got that responsibility to go, I'm not here forever. I'll do things from my heart. Why would I choose to hurt another when I wouldn't want that done to myself? I really have to be conscious from the solar plexus and bring the solar plexus up and support that heart expression and not go down whinging for myself, being a cunt on this planet. Okay, it's that self-responsibility. Here's the solar plexus. The heart could do things, like the energy of the person, Mother Earth's energy through our feet, through our choices, through our life. The energy naturally flows up to heaven and we can get plenty of support come in for this. I am not going to share my heart. So they darken stuff, they lower vibrational thought, they put out lower vibrational stuff, and we have been accepting this shit as though money, position, power, status, systems in place, concrete, the humans in. But we know, and we now know, and we come in here to grow on this planet. Beautiful tree trunks through the sunlight, and up come the branches, and this is what we want for all. I share the branches of my tree growing vibrantly with the world. There is no, oh, love is so mad and I have to keep fighting. Which is what I hear the souls of the men inside when they're trying to put forth, they are so powerful and everyone else is doing wrong by them. Quit it, guys. Dump the shit. We'll use it for manure. Let it go and we'll all grow through it. Love must come through you. You're not just going to give it handed to you. Here's your perfect life. Well done for putting out all that shit. Kill millions of people and that's okay with us. Here you go, take it now. Wake up. Thanks for whoever's watching this, because I don't know, but I need to get some energetic stuff out because I keep getting reminded of it as a part of my flow. Like my soul's awareness, relationship in the world, to the world. It's like it is from youth to actual spiritual maturity, what we're here for, and commit to it. Because if you don't want to commit to it and just play the, play the games and rah, everything I've already said, then good freaking luck. A lot of us aren't here to do that. Okay? And I just get bugged by it all the time. I should have it my way because don't you know I'm already this? No, not if, no. If you want to be this in the world, then you make sure you stand up as that all the time. And you dump your own crap. I'd like to move on from this to something else now. So there'll always be a card to reach for because spirit guidance is always present for all of us. Light men, light support. We are not called dense men. We are called human, light men. So there is always light support. And because we are complex systems without being complex, we are the ones that make things more complex than what they really are. We can appreciate the complexity of the human design, yes, right? But light guidance to our light, you can investigate the design behind it. Light to light, simplicity. It's the humans that want to take things into like complexity and get stuck there. They're the ones with like ridiculous kind of debates or life is just this way and things like that. Okay, yeah, go for it. Or you can lightly study the design, the consciousness design, lightly be involved in like resonance to the growth of awareness of us all through that. And nothing has to be heavy. Okay? And if it is, then call yourself a dense man, not a human. Because we're in a light evolution. Like truth is shining, be one with who you are, Choose dense man if you want. But there is still this, and this is coming in more for support. Because there's more of you wanting, like, there's not more of us wanting that. There is more power in the truth than there is in the opposite. There is more, no, you can't get rid of the wholeness of us. We've just come here to experience creation, and due to that, you're going to have the other vibration. So if you choose the other vibration and go into that resonance and vibration, then it's like some people can really just lose the plot of life. You're not here to be consumed by density. Okay, so it's like we can have all the foundational stuff of life, right? Because this is where the density is. I must have this, and if I've got the most money and the most this and this and this, right? But don't focus on that too much, because you're going to start depending on it like it's actually your physical form, and it's going to be like density of thought, which is the overactive red, which takes people back to their childhood kind of consciousness, because at that consciousness in balance, I've just got my bases covered. As a human, we need some food, we need some shelter, we need a little bit of love and care. We just need a little bit of all these things. Once we start growing up and thinking more, then you've got less balance traveling in your consciousness for the beautiful platforms that they are to be whole. So we keep creating with the seeds of our orange, orange and yellow, golden, like express yourself of who your soul is, eternal soul here for this temporary lifetime. Express this, share it in the world, give and receive, keep that in balance, giving to yourself, but giving to your world, healthy. And so too the green and the blue, like the grass and the sky. Express yourself healthily, enjoy life here. And then the indigo, opening up to the endless night sky with the stars that we don't see during the day, but the light is still immensely there. The sun is our reminder. All the white light of, skies, some grey clouds with, nourishment for the earth here and there. Just the endless nature of us, the beautiful, colourful design that we are open to while we're here, and our chakra system, our consciousness design is the beautiful reminder of that, as to how powerful it is. And we've been numbed and dumbed down, really, in the energetic talk of get denser and denser about things, more concrete, more have in the material, densify the material for yourself, instead of opening up to a temporary life experience and the wholeness, freeing, feeling aspect. If we stay at any one of these particular levels too much, we'll feel it in our bodies, our consciousness will mimic it, and our bodies will mimic our consciousness. So I did get started them talking about how we are light. Light is always hearing us, our spiritual support. We have access to infinite intelligence. So it's only when you can balance these human aspects of life and not get too like, I've mastered the material and that's what man is to become, because you're more in the lower consciousness. once you start more balancing, taking a look at how you use the power of your choices while you're here, you're going to open up more to the infinite intelligence, to the light, for this light evolution. Yes. Yes. More enlightened beings. Oh, enough ridiculousness. We are more light than anything. We're returning back to the light soon. So just keep that in mind. Like, 100 years, 120 years, whatever. However long we're here for, whatever the soul contract is, don't let your inner being, your vessel, your body, be dragged down by the mind. Catch the mind when it's getting stuck on particular thoughts that you have to control anything while you're here. That's a waste of time, energy, and your physical vessel. You are not here to sound like that and make sure it all happens a particular way. Lighten up this. Loosen up for life. Look at the beauty more. And quit feeding yourself dense crap through your vessel and acting it out. Catch your thoughts. They should be lighter. Like, I'm not here forever. Life is beautiful. What can I enjoy today? Am I doing the job I really want? Because I'm entitled to think different if I want. And I'm going to go and do something different with my life. And it doesn't matter what heaviness in the field wants me to do particular things if it doesn't feel right for me. I have to peel off these layers, push them to the side, and break free. Comprende? Comprehend? Not that I don't think yous would, but I just want to feel into the gloriousness in the beauty of being on earth as heaven. I think we'll get another Angel of the Day card. And perhaps a mermaid card. And we have got Elamaya. Today is a day of discovery. Look out for something new to learn. Exactly. Exactly. I'm just going to put that there if it will stay. And yep, the angels want another angel card. So we might do 2 or 3. Manifestation. I'm getting a low battery. That's okay, I'm going to finish up soon. Manifestation. Let's have a read of that. I mean, it's pretty obvious, but let's listen to the description. You have manifested new opportunities and abundance. Know that you can experience these gifts right now. I might take that one down for now. You can experience these gifts right now. Just need more light. Your hoped for aspirations are on their way to you. They may arrive in a different fashion than you expected, but the rewards that you truly desire, such as feelings of peace, security, and happiness, are manifested exactly as you requested. Ask your angels to help you have faith in your ability to manifest. With this faith, you and God can do anything. This is the process by which all thoughts transform into tangible form. First, they begin as an idea born of divine sources. Then the idea meets with a feeling. If the feeling is loving and nurturing, this idea and the feeling create the embryo of the manifestation. You nourish your newborn idea by believing in it and by following the step-by-step guidance that God and the angels give to you through your feelings, dreams, and visions. God bless. Yes, that is what we were talking about. And do we have any more cards? I think we have an animal card calling, because I absolutely adore the mermaid deck, because I really relate to the author's expression of those descriptions. But I have to be honest that the animal deck has more feeling of flame, like inspiration to reach for. Just trying to describe how the calling feeling feels when, in your whole perspective, you ask a question and just the feeling of how I was just called. It's just more of a flame feeling. Looking at the animal deck from the energy at present, looking at the mermaid deck, what's calling me for the energy at present. And there is an animal card and perhaps a mermaid card after this. The turkey spirit. Give with gratitude and grace. Number 61. Turkey Spirit's message for you is that you always have the potential for manifesting a rich reality, for the turkey represents generosity and a celebration of abundance through giving to others. Give freely without expectation, and you shall receive. For the manifestation of abundance is happening right now. Align with it by sharing your good fortune with others. Whether you give money, loving guidance, the gift of listening, or kindness in any form, immerse yourself in the flow of generous abundance, being a channel for Turkey spirit and the desire of spirit to see all beings experience the blessings of plenty. Give with gratitude and grace from a wellspring of love and compassion, knowing that spirit will respond by giving you all that you need in this moment and all moments to come. The Turkey spirit protection message is, are you giving in order to receive in kind? Keeping tally of how much you have given and what is owed you? This is not the way to experience abundance. When Turkey spirit is in the protection position, it is a reminder to let go of any perception of scarcity or fear that if you give too much, you will not have enough for yourself. Use your spiritual practices to reconnect with spirit and remember how it feels to embody abundance. And you will give as much as is needed right now. Know that whenever you need to fill your stores, know that whatever you need to fill your stores is coming to you right now. Love, prosperity, knowledge, and assistance from allies who are everywhere and want you to be the abundance you seek. Turkey spirit is here to tell you that everything evens out when you are aligned with the law of abundance as spirit wants you to be. Abundance is yours. Gorgeous. Ah, that's gorgeous. What a gorgeous summary. And now, yes, we do have a mermaid calling. Yee-hoo! Messages from the mermaids. I immensely have a water connection. And I'm Aquarian, and we are abundantly, spirit is like flow. So that's why it doesn't feel good when we use our mind structure to densify ourselves too much. And we're in the age of Aquarius, so God bless. All right, let's have a little shuffle. And I just want to break all cords and connections with any lower vibrations and raise my spirit to its highest with the highest light guidance to receive the message that we all could do with right now. So love, light, law, God bless to all. We shall pick this card. Dreaming. I found a little shell like that the other day. You know, it has that bigger body and it comes to a point with a gorgeous curve. Not sure what it's called, but it wasn't that big, but it was perfect. It wasn't damaged or anything. I'll show you next time on my next video. Dreaming. All right. What does the water speak through the beautiful mermaids? Spiritual energy. That we all have access to, male or female. wrong book. I'm getting my books all over the place. I was wondering why dreaming wasn't showing up in alphabetical order. There's animals. All right, dreaming. Pay attention to your dreams. Keep a notepad and pen by your bed so you can write down your dreams when you wake up. This daydreamer is saying there is a strong message in your dreams right now. Writing down your dreams can also help you to decipher any hidden meanings. Both night dreams and daydreams can manifest into reality when you combine them with practical action. Maybe you're not remembering your dreams or not dreaming at all due to disturbed sleep patterns. If this is the case, avoid caffeinated drinks 3 hours before going to bed and instead have calming drinks like chamomile tea. Try putting lavender bags under your pillow to aid deep sleep. I should probably turn the light on. To aid deep sleep. Or place essential oils in a diffuser in your bedroom to help you drift off. Or listen to guided meditations or relaxation music, which can aid deep, peaceful sleep and encourage dreams to flow. Were you always daydreaming at school? Many creative people daydream, as this is where the seeds of their dreams start to sprout and grow in this reality. But if you find yourself daydreaming too frequently, make sure you're eating properly and getting enough sleep. Try grounding yourself using one of the techniques described earlier. See page 14. Dreaming and daydreaming can both be a form of escapism. Maybe there are things going on in your life that you wish to avoid, things that are too painful. Releasing your fears through dreaming is just one of the ways your body can protect you in these circumstances. If your dreams are causing you concern, remember they are a subconscious way of releasing worries. You could also try avoiding trigger foods like cheese before bedtime. So all good assistance there. Page 14. Just thought I'd have a quick look at what the recommendations were. Different grounding techniques. Ocean bed grounding technique. For the purpose of working with these cards, we'll use an ocean bed technique for grounding. So it recommends close your eyes and imagine you're at the bottom of the ocean inside an open clam type shell. This shell will protect you energetically. Visualize yourself inside the shell, wriggling yourself beneath the sand to feel grounded, safe, and protected. Then open your eyes. It's a wonderful way to ground yourself within the mermaid's watery realm and will help to keep you centered and feeling safe, protected, and loved during your reading. I already do that, but that sounds like a good thing to send you off to sleep as well, which is why it was recommended for the dreaming card. I think there was one point that was highlighted in the dreaming card that I wanted to touch on towards the end. Oh yeah, It's a reminder, the dreaming card, that we have dreams for a reason. And like the dreaming message said, make sure, was it the dreaming message or the turkey spirit? I don't know, but the message that's flowed through is you have dreams for a reason. Have faith in life about them. And don't get pulled under by the doubt consciousness on this planet. There is separation to do with we are unique souls. We must stand for that and not let the world come into our soul sphere and tell us where to live a different way. And we believe it and get dragged down in the doubt of who we really are. Okay, so it's time to push off and like water, let it go. The doubt of who we really are. And let the dreaming and the imagination thought process to rise as to I can do more with who I really am in life. Faith. And don't ever let the doubt waves come back in and tell you who you are again. And so that's our responsibility as well, to catch that and have more healthy forward momentum self-talk to get through things and not pulled under in disbelief that we're here to live our dreams. When we have them for the very reason we're having them. Like the spiritual seeds of co-creation, when thought ideas pop into our minds, like the angels reminded us, they come from the one mind of God and your soul. So it's up to you to let them grow. Supporting them with a nurturing foundation of them. All right. God bless everybody. Thanks for listening. Much love, light. Working with the highest of laws. Supporting us all. God bless. Take care. Have fun. I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.